Devon, I've got a hot take for you. I need a reaction to this. All right.
Uh,
Devon Larratt is no longer a top 10 arm wrestler in the world, either hand.
Boom.
Yeah, I heard you losers talking about it last week there. You know, it's hard to say where I fit. I'll tell you. Now, what are we talking? Right hand or left hand? Because it's different.
You can take them separate. I was saying both, but we can analyze them separately.
I got you 16th on the right and 18th on the left.
Yeah, I mean, who do you think's gonna beat me? You think Breslin's gonna beat me? Like, there's some matches that I'm like, I will laugh at.
Are we talking North America or
Breslin
world?
right-handed?
Are we talking world?
Dude, I'll fucking kill him. I will crush him. Listen, right-handed, dude, I will play with people. I'll play with them. You'll see. But it's not like you'll see. It's like, look at whatever. I've done it. How many times do I have to prove it? Over and over. I lose one match right-handed to Michael Todd because I'm like, thinking about Dennis. And listen, I don't want to make excuses. I never want to make excuses. I lost a match.
But you said it's a moving target.
So where it's not easy to beat me. Yeah. It's not easy to beat me. Where's my right?
Yeah, right now. Where do you think? That's the real question.
Well, I'm telling you, I want to be I want to beat Dennis. Okay, that's what my head is thinking. Because I think that Dennis, say it's, in my opinion, the top 3 guys in the world right now should be, in no particular order, and I'll throw one wild card in there, okay? One wild card. There's a lot of great guys in the categories. And ranking, like, Chris, you know this because it's so difficult to do. But to say the number 1 spot belongs to either Dennis or Levon, I think is hard to argue.
Dave Chafee, number 1 right-handed in the world right now, Dave Chafee.
Well, that's a ridiculous idea. That's another one of those paper ones, okay? That's what that is. But actually, I hope that you do rank him 1 because he's in the WAL, and that means that we're going to get that ranking spot. So on paper and on promotion, yeah, give Dave the number 1 spot. But in my mind, in my honest opinion, it's probably got to be Dennis or Levon, and it would be very hard to convince me otherwise.
Trubin coming up the rear?
No.
Third
place, in my opinion, would be none other than Vitaly Lalatin. No. Maybe not right, maybe more left, but I feel like his potential.
He's coming. He's
awesome.
He's coming.
He's super awesome. And I think that the 4th spot is a wild card. Okay. I think once you get to 4th, it's super murky. And even by 3rd, it's really murky. But you got to put Michael in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, in my opinion, I can hang with those names. I know I can. And my favorite against Levon and Dennis today, I'm not favorite, but you better believe it's not going to look like the left. And when it happens, like, don't count me out. Don't do it. And once you get to Michael Todd, like, I plan on cracking that this year. I mean, again, it's not like a gimme, but if you think that I can't hang with Michael Todd, well,
no, you should have beat him, and I know why you didn't, and I'm sure next time you pull him, you will beat him. You're the king of adjustments.
To say that, look, the thing is, once you start talking about the top 20 arm wrestlers, any one of those guys on a good day versus a bad day can, things can happen, and they're all relevant. Like, there's not a guy in the top 20 who is facing anybody in the top 5 who it's like, oh, I don't need to train, I can just show up off the couch. And no, the level is high.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see this year. We'll see, because I'm not stopping high level competition.
How old are you?
I got a whole bunch of matches, and none of them are bums.
He's 44.
Hey,
you're 44, right? 44.
I'll be 44 in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you, I guess, with respect to your prime? Have you passed it? Are you approaching it? I mean, how does that look these days? I've heard you answer the question in the past. I'm curious if it's changed.
Yeah, I feel like when I was like 33 in 2008, I was like a super bad human being.
Manchester, England against John Berzink against
I was really bad. Like my injuries hadn't really started to affect me that much. Like we all as arm wrestlers carry injuries, but I was still young enough and healthy enough where they weren't really that big of a deal. I arm wrestled, very well from a very fundamental standpoint. Like, I was uninjured, so I could do all the moves like the way you're supposed to do them. And man, I was doing combat tours, so I was being fed. I was training every day, all day. I had one job, and that was kicking ass. When I came back from those missions, I was a bad dude. But now, and I was hungry. I was like you, Herman. I was like looking at that spot, and I was chasing. I was very much a hunter. My role in the arm wrestling world now is not the same. It's not. Like I can say whatever I want, but the truth is I have been there. And one of the things that I hold true, like very dear in my life, is life's about a couple things. It's about having fun, and it's about giving back in some way. And the amount of energy that it takes to exclusively become the very best in the world at something is all encompassing. And I do have an element much more than in 2008 of having fun and giving back.
Yeah,
so look at I feel like I can still do these matches, and I actually still think that I can maybe beat the #1 guy in the world if I set everything in the right place. But at this point, I really like having a lot of fun, and I like to, not that I'm some kind of saint, but I like to give back too.
So, but was your prime back in 2008, 2009?
Man, it's hard to say. Like, I feel like the thing in arm wrestling that was really my gift, the thing that made me really, really good, is not why I'm good today. I think when I was in 2008, I had this ability to have a high hand, a high post, and that was like my spot. And people would kind of run from that spot one way or another. And I was able to adjust to them running away, whether it was on the inside or outside. And it made for a guy who was really hard to deal with. And I know that guy's top spot today would probably beat my top spot today. Sorry, I might have said that all weird, but that guy's post might have been stronger than my post. And knowing what I know, it's hard to deal with when a guy has the post angle on you. I'd say that my strap pulling now is far superior to my strap pulling then. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like it's hard to say. Like,
your present king move is eons better than your king move back in 2010.
Yeah, but the king's move is not as powerful of a move as a properly executed, high hook. Mm-hmm. A high hook, it's tough to deal with a guy who's got a great high hook and has options that flow from there. It's tough to deal with. Like, no, I don't know, man. I don't know. But look, we've seen all sorts of champions with different styles. So there's no and I don't plan on stopping at all. Like, I really hope that I can remain strong. And I feel like I've kind of set myself up so that I should be strong 10 years from now. I should be strong 20 years from now. Just going off of what I've seen in the arm wrestling world and, what my options are. Like, I think I should still be good. We'll see.
That's fair.
See. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm going to beat Saplenkov next year.
I hope so.
Now. Right inside. Boom. Boom. Right in there.
I hope so.
Me too.
Hey, Devon. So why is your post weaker now. Is that due to the surgeries?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to explain. Like when you start arm wrestling like hard and doing the right things for arm wrestling, like getting strong in those weird angles, you're gonna make mistakes, and those mistakes grow scar tissue and spurs. And I'll tell you, some of that stuff is actually good. Like, like when you're at like that 5-year mark and you start to be like, oh, my elbows kind of crack a bit now. And like, but at the same time, you start to get super tight, like you start to get that feeling of tightness, and that'll just keep on going until a point where you've got a joint that looks like a porcupine and you're mega stable, like mega stable, but everything hurts. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard to make progress in the gym. And when they clean all that out, there's a whole bunch of stability that gets lost. And like the thing that makes a great arm wrestler is the chain, like the full chain of everything working together. And when you get that stuff cleaned out, it's like, here you are having to use muscles again, like only muscles. And that's where I was at, like after the surgery for quite a while, like just and more open. I couldn't be like all in tight and throw a whole bunch of weird pressures that stabilize through the elbow at a person. It just wasn't going to work. So I started to have to be like more open, like more dragging, more that kind of stuff. So my style like adapted. I just didn't want to stop pulling. I'm still hoping that comes back. Like I'm working my post more than ever. It might come back. Yeah. Surgery will shake you up, man. It'll shake you up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My left, it took me in my right, it took about, it took like 3 years. What happened was I found a lock way on the outside that worked on the arm wrestling table. And I found that quite quickly, maybe after like less than half a year after surgery. So I got like a king's move. And then like a few months after that, I found that if I got like way in behind, I could press. But the whole middle part, nothing. And it took 3 years. It took 3 years for it to close in. Is that me?
No.
No.